Today is the second meeting of the year between the Cleveland Force and the Pittsburgh Spirit, and nothing has changed. A little over a month ago, this goal by Ian Sibbies in the fourth period tied the game at 4-4. It stayed that way, and with 21 seconds left in regulation, the action really picked up.
In the penalty arc, lays it off McKenzie in front. Oh, and it was off the post from Sibbies. Look out the other way, Brett Hall. With Ostalchik chasing him. Now it's 2-on-1. Allen free. He's going to get the pass. A shot saved. Peter Moblick. Sibbies looking for it. He couldn't.
Regulation ended in a tie. Then 27 seconds into overtime, Craig Allen scored, giving the Force a 5-4 victory. Today, it's a rematch between the Cleveland Force and the Pittsburgh Spirit, live from the Civic Arena.
Spirit Soccer is brought to you by Stroh's and Stroh Light, fire brewed for smoother taste. By Burger King, where you get those juicy flame-broiled burgers that are never fried. Aren't you hungry for Burger King now? By Mellon Bank, a neighbor you can count on. Member FDIC. By Thrift Drug, the R Experts, where you get R extra service. And by Cameron Coca-Cola. Coke is it.
It's the Pittsburgh Spirit and the Cleveland Force live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this afternoon. A very pleasant good afternoon from the arena. I'm John Sanders along with John Paul Della Camera. We welcome you to Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. We can expect probably an overtime game. Cleveland and Pittsburgh, 5 of the last 7 have been that way. But there's a difference. We're going to take a quick look at the standings, John Paul. Instead of fighting for first place, these teams are fighting for fourth place right now.
They've been closer to the bottom than they have the top, which is unusual when you consider that Pittsburgh last year was a second-place team and Cleveland was a third-place team. And right now, both teams have been struggling to get back closer to the top. Since the last time these two clubs have played, they've both been below 500.
Pittsburgh Spirit went through a 4-game losing streak at one point, starting to bring it back just a little bit. John Paul, let's talk about Ian Sibbies. He had the 2 goals in the victory over Minnesota on Friday night.
Ian has done really well of late, John. He's helped the power play immensely. He's up to 14 goals, but he scored 2 goals. He was the offensive player of the game against Minnesota, and he's helped the power play. The power play, which has been very poor this year, is now 3 good on their last 6 chances.
And in goal for the Pittsburgh Spirit this afternoon will be Joe Papaleo. Now, Joe comes in with a record of 1-4, but not really deserved.
Unbelievably misleading. He's played his best 3 games in a row in succession this year. He was hurt before, so he's just getting back into it. He couldn't have played any better than he did, despite losing to Chicago. He stopped the penalty kick and was what everyone thought was the best defensive player of the game that night.
Chris Sobieski not playing for Cleveland. He's hurt. Oh, the Spirit have a lot of injuries. We'll talk about some of those when we come back. Stay with us. We're going to kick off the Spirit and the Force from the Civic Arena. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Hot legs are back. It's all the hot times, all the hot action of the major indoor soccer league with your red hot Team Spirit. Friday, it's Heinz Photo Pack night when Team Spirit takes on the New York Cosmos. All fans receive this beautiful photo pack featuring Spirit players, compliments of Heinz. Hot legs are back. Pittsburgh Spirit Indoor Soccer.
From the Civic Arena, we're already underway. First quarter action. Here's John Paul Della Camera.
And Stan Terlecki starting it, and that ball goes up into the seats and out of play. Bernie James got a piece of it. We're just getting underway here, 27 seconds into the opening quarter of play. Pittsburgh versus Cleveland, the great rivalry in the MISL. Let's set it up for you. Ostalchik on with Terlecki, Leite, O'Hara, and Gordon Smith as Terlecki has the ball, marked by James. In the penalty arc area for Leite, Michael Kalm on him, shot off the glass wide. Gordon Smith trying to win it. It goes out of play. It gives us a chance to tell you that on our Giant Eagle goal-getter contest, Adam Hunter will be the contestant from Pittsburgh. He has picked Stan Terlecki. And if Stan scores a goal, Adam Hunter will win $100 in groceries from the new Giant Eagle. Consolation prizes or gift certificates from Armor Meats and Tropicana Juice. Enter the Giant Eagle goal-getter contest soon at any new Giant Eagle supermarket. Cleveland bringing the ball upfield now. It is Tommy Christensen up the boards. Nobody home there as O'Hara clears it upfield. Leite getting it. Terlecki breaking into open space. Stan getting the feed. Brings it into the attack zone. Stan on his right foot, but shot it high and wide. Leite trying to settle it. Blocked by Bernie James. James in traffic. He leads Cleveland in block shots.
You mentioned how these teams have played since they last met. Cleveland 5-7, Pittsburgh 3-6. The Force 9-10 coming into the game. The Spirit 8-10. Fourth place on the line right here.
Hoskevy to Louis Nanchoff. This is the only game in the MISL today. So one team is going to look good when this one is all over, standings-wise. Off the boards, O'Hara. Upfield for Leite. Michael Kahn rejects that, brings it back in deep, and there's going to be a foul called on Marcio Leite. Kai Hoskevy has just come back into the lineup. He missed several games. He is not up to full strength. When he is, he could be the best player all around in the MISL. Louis Nanchoff out to Michael Kahn. Weak shot was way wide. Ostalchik settling it down. Greg lifting it the other way. Not quite over 3 lines. Terlecki over there with Bernie James. Stan getting it. James being very physical with him. Stan trying to shake him loose. Cuts wide to the outside. James trying to hold on and stay close. Terlecki still with it. Far corner. Plays it back to Ostalchik. To O'Hara coming in. Not a good pass, and Michael Kahn breaks out with it. O'Hara runs him down in a nice recovery run right back to Papaleo.
Both teams played on Friday night, and I think at this point in the first period, both teams look very slow, a little sluggish right now, John Paul.
Ostalchik up to Leite. Usually these clubs feel each other out a bit. Although the last game in Cleveland, John, that we televised, it was a quick 3-0 Cleveland lead before Pittsburgh got their act together. And that one went, guess where, overtime. 5-4, Cleveland winning it. Knocked out by Kevin Marr. Scoreless game, 12:38 to go opening quarter. Mike Sweeney, right side to Craig Allen, marked by Kevin Marr. That could be a great matchup all night long. If Kevin can do to Allen what he did to Goossens the other night, Allen will be off the board, and that would be a big help to Pittsburgh.
And it was Allen who got the game winner against the Pittsburgh Spirit on the 7th of December, the last time we televised and the last time these two teams played. I think a good choice to start off our telecast package with Cleveland and Pittsburgh, because you know it's going to be close.
Couldn't ask for a better matchup. We came on a little bit late, so we'll take Chris Vaccara's in goal for Cleveland. Joe Papaleo for Pittsburgh. Chris Sobieski out 6 to 8 weeks. He injured his right index finger, that is, on Friday night against Las Vegas. Tough break. David McNiven on the ball right now. Cutting it to the left side. Hagen outside of the box. Wants it on the left foot. Takes a shot. Blocked by Dargle. Hagen stays with it. Shot right through. Nobody could tip it by. Child over there on the far wing boards. Still a scoreless tie. 11:43 to go. Quarter number 1. Marr will get it from McKenzie. Kevin Marr, marked by Keith Murphy, brings it to the left foot, takes the drive, blocked in front by Dennis Meffel. Child will clear it. To Kevin Marr, broken up. Cleveland coming right back. Allen from Sweeney. Craig Allen leading it for Benny Dargle on the right wing side. Right-footed drive off the glass and wide. That made some people nervous here. Still scoreless as Paul Child draws it back to Dave McKenzie. 11:15 to go. First quarter.
Erhard Kapp, Adam Topolsky, Z. Kapka, Bob Bossmeyer not suited up. Kapp will be out for probably 2 weeks. Topolsky a week, maybe 2. Erhard could be out as many as 3.
Here's a Hagen shot that gives Pittsburgh the go-ahead goal. So Cleveland not closing on David Hagen, and he'll make it a 1-0 Spirit lead, and that remains to be seen just how big that goal will be. But I think the way the Spirit have been playing, it's important to get that first goal, John.
Hagen picking up his 10th of the year. Watch him move it in. Now a little quick move to the left. He gets around Mike Sweeney, and he goes to the right-hand side of the goal. Gets it past Vaccaro. Goal number 10 for Hagen. So the Spirit take a 1-0 lead. Here it is again. Good move by Hagen.
I'm starting to question that. I thought that maybe someone didn't close on him. Sweeney tried to tackle, but missed. But it looked like Hagen was in at too steep of an angle, but yet he scored. So Hagen gets the goal to get Pittsburgh a 1-0 lead.
And McKenzie picks up his 8th assist of the year. A little bit of a change. The Spirit moving out in front. John Paul, that's been one of the difficulties, is scoring the first goal, getting ahead.
Especially on the road. This is Bernie James with the ball. Time of the score, 3 minutes, 58 seconds. First quarter. Spirit leading 1-0 on Hagen's 10th. Hoskevy cutting it, but Papaleo was there to make that save.
Beautiful angle that time by Hoskevy, but Papaleo was 1 step ahead of him mentally and was able to get in the right spot and make the play.
Joe Papaleo with the ball right now. Papaleo, 5.02 and a 3-1 record last year against Cleveland. Comes into the game overall 5.09 and a very misleading 1-4 record. Same with the average. John O'Hara with it to Greg Ostalchik, marked by Tommy Christensen. Ostalchik, his team leading 1-0. Up the right wing for Stan Terlecki. Blocked by Michael Kahn. Terlecki getting free. Stan outside the box. taken away. Here's Leite drilling it off the glass. Looked like it was going to go out of play, and Haskavy just bangs it out of there just to relieve the pressure.
Marcio just could not get it down. Reminded me a little bit of the end of the first Cleveland game when Marcio had a chance right in front, kicked it high.
I thought Stan was going to come up with one there. He's the all-time leading scorer for Pittsburgh against Cleveland, despite sitting out last year playing in the NASL with the Cosmos, who, by the way, are coming into town this Friday. There's going to be a special television offer that we will give to you when we get the opportunity. So if you're a Visa card or MasterCard holder, stand by. We'll be talking about that momentarily. Papaleo with it. Holding on. Playing it up for Terlecki. James is on him. That could be a big matchup tonight. Stan cuts it to the left side, puts the brakes on, wants it on the right foot, plays it in the box, Leite open, trying to pass it to Terlecki, but he was held up.
Yep, Stan got cut off as he crossed into the box area. Marcio expecting him to move to his left and be right open for the shot. Marcio deciding not to shoot that time.
And I think if he had another decision to make, he would have shot that ball. He was open. Haskavy on the right side. Banks it for Louis Nanchop, but Gordon Smith is there, back to Papaleo. 1-0 Spirit leading it on a goal at 3:58 by David Hagen, his 10th of the year from Dave McKenzie. An nostalgic pass goes out of play. We take it to a break. 1-0. Pittsburgh leading it. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. Back live at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. I'm John Paul Dellacamera along with John Sanders. A pleasant afternoon to everyone. Spirit are leading at 1-0 on David Hagen's 10th of the year from Dave McKenzie at 3:58 as Kevin Marr has it in the neutral zone, back for Papaleo. Joe, a #1 draft choice of the Spirit, back a couple of seasons, has done well.
Missed part of this season with that ankle problem. Is he 100% at this point, or is he still favoring it a little bit?
Well, back in when the team was on the last road swing, I think it was still bothering him a bit, but he hasn't complained lately. I think he's okay. Up the left wing, McNiven lays it back for Hagen. Broken up, picked up the other way. Force taking it. Craig Allen up the near wing boards. Plowed into Dave Hagen, but play on, say the officials. Jeff Mantell, Julio Salas out in the field. Jim Evans in the box. Hagen nicking it right back to Papaleo to avoid potential danger. Now on the right wing side, this is McKenzie from Hagen. Holding on to it. Waiting to set something up. Mack and Hagen clicked on the first and only Spirit goal. Kevin Marr outside the box. Left-footed drive, and Vaccaro catches that. He wants to throw long. Remember last year in the playoffs with Craig Allen, this guy. McKenzie has hit, but nobody picks up Sweeney. Open in the box, Murphy, and there's Papaleo. Another shot, and that goes out of play. Papaleo did a nice job. We're going to take it to another break. 1-0. Pittsburgh, and you're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. We're back at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. John Paul Dellacamera along with John Sanders, and it is a 1-0 Pittsburgh Spirit lead.
See the save made by Joe Papaleo that time. Furphy playing in his 160th consecutive game, just one away now from the MISL record. Had a good chance with a header that time, but Papaleo was equal to the challenge.
Louis Nanchov crossing it far side to Tommy Christensen. Spirit on top 1-0 if you're just joining us. Michael Kahn up for Haskavy, wants to turn. O'Hara blocking a piece of that.
That's the area where Haskavy is so dangerous, right at the top of the box.
He's done well against Pittsburgh. Great statistics, 10 goals, 5 assists career-wise. Haskavy trying to lay it off. It's high off the glass. Last touch by a Spirit player. Louis Nanchov, a good one-on-one player. Not that time, broken up. Terlecki on the run right wing. Slowed down by Nanchov. Stan trying to put it by Bernie James. James is there. Stan running into him. And I think kicked him from behind. James looking for a call that doesn't come.
The only penalty so far has been against the Pittsburgh Spirit. Remember, after 6, it is a 2-minute penalty. And the Cleveland Force have had real problems killing penalties. Neither one of these teams has had much success in scoring in power play situations. They've been kind of equal in that area. But Cleveland's record on power play, not good.
Look out for Christensen, who lays it off on the far side. Bernie James on it. Right side, Michael Kahn. Takes a shot through a screen, but Papaleo was right there. He's up and throwing long on a good bounce throw for Terlecki. Wants to beat James. Has to put on the brakes. Has it kicked away. Leite in to help out. Marcio working it. Plays it back to Ostalchik. Over on the right wing side, Gordon Smith. In the attack zone, Smith outside the box, knocks it to the corner. Christensen getting in the way nicely and feeds it back to Vaccaro, who's up and throwing that long ball again for Allen.
Tommy Christensen did a good job using his body that time, riding him riding Gordon out of the play, so he really didn't have a chance to even get to the ball.
If you're not called for holding or obstruction, it goes down as a good play. Cleveland with a little confusion, it seems, down by their bench area. Furphy will lay it off near side. Allen is blocked by O'Hara. Johnny does so well at that because he reads the pass before it gets there. It's not like a last-second reaction. He sees it coming and makes the adjustment. Ball comes back to Papaleo. Joe will pick it up. Rolls it right side to Gordon Smith. Smith had a nice game the other night against Minnesota. He's played mostly as a midfielder and was called on to take a regular turn on defense because of injuries to both Topolsky and Erhard Kapp.
And because of that, David McNiven and Roger Winter had to catch a plane, get up there in time to dress for that game in Minnesota on Friday night. It's been that kind of year so far.
Kevin Marr now to David McNiven. Right side boards Hagen. Now to Kevin Marr. Kevin cutting it near side for Gordon Smith. Across the Cleveland line, Smith plays it in the penalty arc, broken up. Dennis Meffam coming back. Up the left wing side, Craig Allen with Kevin Marr right there. Allen trying to get free. Still working with it. Now plays it in off the boards. Papaleo kicking it upfield. Hagen will get it. Pittsburgh has a chance to do some running. Hagen over midfield. His team up 1-0. David into the attack zone. Cuts to the left wing side. Broken up. Cleared the other way. And it goes into the seats and out of play. I want to remind everyone that coming up this Friday night, the Cosmos come into town. It's their first visit, led by the world-famous Giorgio Chinaglia. It's Heinz Photo Pack night. All fans receive a pack containing full-color photos of the Spirit players. And as a special to viewers with MasterCard or Visa cards, you can purchase $7 midfield seats for just $5 by calling 642-2067. 642-2067 to see the world-famous Cosmos at a discount. Operators are standing by if you've got a MasterCard or Visa card. Joe Papaleo back at his own end. Marked by Craig Allen, left side. Kevin Marr with some space. Sweeney gives him some room. Now it's played on the right side to McKenzie. Spirit are leading at 1-0 this afternoon. On the right side, McNiven shooting it, but it's right at Vaccaro. Throwing it long again for Craig Allen. Marr once again is there. Allen around the boards. Nobody playing it to the far post. Furphy coming up with it. Back in, and Papaleo dives to make a nice play. And Craig Allen just bumps into him and will draw a foul. I think a little intimidation there possibly, John.
Very possibly. First penalty against the Cleveland Force. We said after 6, it's a 2-minute penalty. These teams so far in penalties this year, the Spirit been called for 66 minutes in penalties. Cleveland been penalized much more, 182. It's been a change for Pittsburgh. Not nearly as many penalties as before. There's another call against the Cleveland Force.
So that makes it 2 fouls on Cleveland and 1 for the Pittsburgh Spirit as you look at David Hagen, who has the only goal of the game thus far. McKenzie on the free kick. Near side for Child. Paul Child, who loves playing against the Cleveland Force. Plays it back out to John O'Hara. He was marked by Haskavy. Now it's Child again. Both Child and Hagen playing with some injuries to their knees. Severe bruises. And the other night, Child's knee was very badly swollen. Joe Papaleo with it.
And when you play 3 games in 4 nights, you're going to get the nicks, the bumps, the bruises, and the soreness. What you hope to stay away from are the serious injuries that we had the other night in Chicago.
On the left side, Furphy cutting it to the inside, then back out. Nice move. Shoots it off the boards. Nobody to pick up. Christensen there. Hagen bumps him away, and look at that. Furphy called for an obstruction. That's an obvious call, and I'll tell you, that gives Cleveland 3 fouls right now, and here it is again.
Let's watch it. Christensen bumped by Hagen. Now as Hagen comes off, there's Furphy to knock him to the carpet, so that's the call going against number 25. 160 consecutive games. You talk about playing with nicks, bumps, and bruises, you'd have to.
And your offensive players get kicked a lot, and I'm sure Furphy is no exception. Papaleo lifting it. Wanted Lete, it's off the mark. James heading it upfield. Louis Nanshaw with McKenzie. This could be another matchup tonight if coaches can get what they want. That's what John Kowalski would like to do. He actually wanted McKenzie on Furphy, he told me before the game. Here's Haskavy taken down. They're going to call a holding, but just outside the box. This is a direct free kick just outside of it. Louis Nanshaw will take it. Watch the wall. Set up in front of Joe Papaleo. It's laid off to Michael Kahn. McKenzie blocks it. Nice play.
Quick reaction by David that time to cut it off. Remember last time these 2 teams played, Haskavy was not in the lineup at that time at all, so he'll make a difference.
McKenzie on the steal up for Lete, but Michael Kahn breaks it up, and a good thing because Vaccaro was not quite back in goal after the giveaway. Haskavy now broken up by Ostalchik. O'Hara wants to turn it back upfield for McKenzie. Back for Johnny O'Hara. Good ball possession here by Pittsburgh as they play it upfield off the boards for Leite. Wants to turn on Michael Kahn, who tied him up.
Marcio wanted a call, didn't get it.
Now, he was pleading his case there, but the lawyer on the field wasn't going to listen.
The other goalkeeper now for Cleveland is P.J. Johns, who's been activated to take Chris Sobieski's spot.
Gordon Smith breaking it up. Leite with a good toe move upfield, but Cleveland will get it back. Michael Kahn on the chase. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in the opening quarter. Pittsburgh leads it by the score of 1-0.
You were mentioning also in the last two games the Spirit have been able to hold their opponents scoreless in the first half of play. That's very unusual. You don't get many games as we did the other day in Minnesota Friday, a 2-1 game. Also very unusual, especially this year.
The way it's been going, but Pittsburgh has tightened up defensively all around. Ball played over to the near wing side. Leite flicking it back to Gordon Smith. Gordon in trouble with Haskell on. Makes a great clear up for Ostalchik. This is a break for Pittsburgh. Gregg into the attack zone. For Terlecki off the boards. Not a good ball. Leite will shoot one, but it was blocked. Bad luck there for Pittsburgh. They had a chance, and now we've got a foul called on Cleveland. I don't know why. I thought Pittsburgh had possession of the ball to call the advantage, but they do not. Terlecki to Leite, and then back for Stan. Stan cutting. Took a kick. Still has it along the near boards. Taking James deep. Still has it. Stan double team. It's loose in the box. Ostalchik scores. 2-0. Pittsburgh on top. We're going to take it to a break. With a score, Pittsburgh 2, Cleveland 0. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
4-0. It was the work of Stan Terlecki in the corner against Bernie James and against Nanchoff that really freed it for Ostalchik, able to squeeze it in there between Kalm and the goalkeeper Vaquero. That makes it 2-0. It comes at 14:41. Second goal of the year for Greg Ostalchik. Assist number 13 for Stan Terlecki. Again, the hard work in the corner for Terlecki set it up for Greg Ostalchik, and a good start, 2-0.
Pittsburgh, like the other night in Minnesota, starting to get the good bounce as well, John. Cleveland had two defenders there, bigger defenders than Stan. I'm sure Timo Lukowski is figuring there's no way that that ball should have come out, but Ostalchik saw what was going on, came closer so that if that ball did come out, that they would have a better opportunity for a chance on goal. And Greg just saw, you just saw it, put it right between the legs of Chris Vaquero to give Pittsburgh a 2-0 lead.
And an important goal, too, because it comes with only 19 seconds left in the first period of play. We play 4 periods, and Chris Vaquero has given up 2 already thus far. Coming into the game, Vaquero's average allowing almost 5 goals a game, 4.91.
He was 4.44 last year against Pittsburgh, and he won his only regular season decision, but boy, he was tough in those playoffs. Furphy, long one upfield. Papaleo getting it. Pittsburgh can't afford a mistake here with time running out in the quarter. 13 seconds left. Kevin Mark just does clear it out. A collision there with Child and Sweeney as the ball goes free. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Mepham around the boards, but Papaleo is right there. And once again, Marr had Craig Allen tied up. That's it for the opening quarter as the horn sounds. And Pittsburgh looking good at home. They lead it by the score of 2-0. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
A pair of goals for the Pittsburgh Spirit in the opening 15 minutes here in the Civic Arena this afternoon. Let's take a look. Individually, Hagen had received a pass from McKenzie, but he does most of it by himself as he works it in against Mike Sweeney. Now he makes a quick little move to his left. Goes to the right of the left of goalkeeper Chris Vaquero in the right-hand corner of the goal. That made it 1-0. It came at 3:58. Here it is once again, John Paul, and again the individual good move by Hagen.
Sweeney missed on the tackle, but look at that angle, John. It was tough in front. Vaquero was giving him a lot of room to that far post.
Now here's the other one. Stan Terlecki doing the work in the corner. You can see diving against him is Bernie James. By the way, Bernie's going to be on at halftime. But look at the job Stan does. Finally, the ball kicks free to Ostalchik. His left footer gets between the defender, Michael Kalm, and the goalkeeper, Vaquero. Another look, John Paul.
That's one that I think would bother Timo Liakowski on the Cleveland bench, because with 2 guys in there, that ball shouldn't come out. It looked like it hit off Nanchoff the second time as it came off the boards when we looked at it from that angle.
And the boards coming into play. You've got a goal getter. We didn't have a winner. Nope. Came close, though.
Yep. Adam Hunter was playing for Stan Terlecki. He'll get consolation prizes from Tropicana Juice and Armor Meats. Kathy Kemmerer is the goal-getter contestant this quarter. John O'Hara is her player. We'll see what John O'Hara does and John Sanders does as Pittsburgh leads it 2-0, and John Sanders will take you through the second quarter.
Second 15 minutes just about underway here in the Civic Arena. Spirit kicking off in the second and fourth, the visiting team in the first and third. That's the way it works in the MISL. as we are underway in the second period of action. 2-0, the Spirit leading. McNiven is on, along with Hagen and Child right now. McNiven's drive wide to the left. McKenzie will chase it down near midfield and start the offense back near goalkeeper Joe Papaleo. Kevin Marr also on defensively right now for the Pittsburgh Spirit. 14 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the first half. Pittsburgh trying to get their record to 9-10, and a victory here, more importantly, would get them into 4th place in the MISL's Eastern Division. The top 4 make the playoffs, and it's really not too early, even though it's still early in the season, to start thinking about that. You've got to get in position for it, and it has been a season of ups and downs for both of these teams. Marr on a run, it's knocked away from him. Benny Dargle with it. Long lead pass for Furphy, but right there to take it is Hagen. They bring it back to Papaleo, and they set up McNiven. 14 minutes to go in the first half. 2-0, Spirit leading. Child for Hagen. The left-footed shot is deflected by Benny Dargle, up and out of play. This broadcast is intended for the private use of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Civic Arena Corporation and the Pittsburgh Spirit is prohibited. I'm John Sanders. That's Paul Child, along with John Paul Della Camera. Very pleasant to be here in the Civic Arena to do a game, John Paul. Good crowd on hand for this one. Of course, Cleveland Force at home averaging about 13,000 a game. Spirit not in that league yet, but we're getting better.
Pittsburgh 9,200 plus the first half of the year, way ahead of last year. Much further ahead, and a lot of big crowds still to come.
And congratulations to the Pittsburgh Penguins. They had a big crowd last night, a sellout. They defeated Edmonton. A couple of goals by their premier scorer, Mario Lemieux. Even though the great one had 3 assists, it was a big night for the Pittsburgh hockey team, and congratulations to them.
We're trying to make it a big weekend now.
Right. And against Cleveland, it would be a big weekend. James intercepts to the head to Nanchop. Far side to Tommy Christensen. Looking for Nanchop. O'Hara will mark him at 13:15 left. First half. 2-0 Spirit. Hoskevy can't control as he gets the feed from Calm.
That's where you've got to play Kai Hoskevy. If he has his back to goal, you've got to deny him the ball, because he's such a great distributor of that ball that he can burn you, and he can also turn and shoot on you, as he's done to Pittsburgh in the past.
Gordon Smith, number 11, is on. Here's Ostalchik. He has a goal. Stan Terlecki, who picked up the assist on that goal. Smith right at the red line, drops it back for Marcio Leite. Part of the problem for the Spirit, I think, John Paul, is still trying to figure out who can play with Stan Terlecki.
It is, and Cleveland's had a problem with their line combinations as well. They've had some serious problems with that, so both teams having a lot of the same problems in the early going. But right now, Pittsburgh trying to get on a bit of a streak, which they haven't had this year.
You know, the best thing for problems is to win a few games. Everybody knows that. The finger pointing and the name calling stops as the W's go up. 12 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first half. It's 2-0 Spirit. Nanchop across midfield, taken by Ostalchik, but it goes back to Michael Calm. Vaccaro now will start the offense. Hate to see Sobieski not in action. So much a part of this series is on both sides. Easy interception for John O'Hara. Spirit captain gives it to Marcio Leite. Marcio working against James. He'll shoot. Vaccaro kind of bobbled it, but it banged off the boards and off the post and safely away from the net. Hoskevy now with 11:42 to play, trying to feed it in deep. Coming out to make the save there is Papaleo. Papaleo cuts it off, and it goes out of play. 11:35 to play in the half. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. Welcome back to the Civic Arena. 11:35 remaining in the first half. Spirit leading 2-0. Let's go back a little bit and watch the play by Marcio Leite and Vaccaro. See how it rattled around?
I don't think he was expecting that shot. James, one thing you'll see with him tonight, he was guarding Leite there. He's been on Terlecki. He's very physical. That's the way he has to play, but quickness he doesn't have, and that's the only way you're going to beat Bernie James. Speed.
Hagen with it. Still controlling. Good job of dribbling by David Hagen. Now he goes to Child, back to Hagen. He's in the corner, covered there by Dargle. Comes free to the force. McNiven. Blocked in front, knocked down by Dennis Mempum. The call will go against the Cleveland Force. First penalty call that we've had here in the period. 11 minutes and 2 seconds remaining first half. Spirit goals by Hagen and Ostalchik in the opening 15 minutes for a 2-0 Pittsburgh lead. This is McKenzie on with Kevin Marr right now. Child, Hagen, and McNiven. Dargle comes up with it, gets it to Vaccaro. And he'll try to start the offense. Top scorer right there, Craig Allen, 37 points, 23 goals, 14 assists. Dargle is open. Knocked down by Child. Allen tries to follow. Now Hagen with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, taken away from him by Dargle. Here's Keith Furphy. In the box for Allen. Dargle. Off the boards in front it comes to McNiven. McNiven battling there against Mike Sweeney. Sweeney wins that one. He's got it. In the corner to Allen. And using his leg to make the save is Papaleo. Now a long feed. He's looking for Paul Child, but it's going to be Dennis Mepham.
One of the problems, John, with Cleveland scoring-wise, their defenders rarely go up forward. They don't have the potential big goal scorers among their defenders. And that time Dargle was in deep.
Allen coming out as Marr tries to make the play. There's a rebound knocked away in front by Hagen. Hagen made the big defensive play in front to stop that goal. Good opportunity for the Force to get back in it right there. But Hagen retreating to make a good save.
It's nice to see Papaleo not bothered by all that pressure. That ball was going, I wasn't sure which way it was going to go, and he probably didn't either, but he just stayed right with it.
Gordon Smith back on. Spirit changing on the fly. Ball loose at midfield. Furphy picks it up. Allen is still on. Now Terlecki returns. With Charlie Green for the first time this afternoon against Michael Kalm. Green turns it. Brings it back to Smith. 9:05 to play first half. Ian Sibby's also on for the first time. Sibby's with the two big goals in the victory over Minnesota 2-1 on Friday night. Sibby's heads it to Charlie Green. Trying to get something started against Hoskevy, who's come out now. Green will start it up. He's got Terlecki and Sibby's. This is Sibby's. He's dropped, and there will be no call. They say play on.
That's twice in a row. Those were two fouls that were not called. They're letting it go.
Jeff Mantell, Julio Salas, Jim Evans are the three officials. Evans in the box. Terlecki trying to get around Tommy Christensen in the corner. Christensen goes down.
Now, is that any different than what happened previous? The answer to that question is no.
Let's take another look at it. Christensen using his body.
That's a foul, but the other two are fouls too. I'm not arguing that. Stan got his leg out there, and player Christensen did go over him.
So the fouls are even at 1-1. Vaccaro's lead pass is intercepted by Sibby's and headed back into the Cleveland zone. Kalm does the same. We've had about 5-6 headers in a row.
When do you see that?
Christensen with Hoskevy. Tommy starts a move, a shot and a goal. Christensen gets Cleveland on the board.
That was a great move, John, because he went inside and outside on John O'Hara as John tried to take him one-on-one. Christensen's goal will be his third of the year. Let's watch him here. He starts off, he makes his cut inside. John goes with that fake back outside. Good shot, beating Papaleo to put Cleveland right back in at time of the score. 7:01. Here's another look. Inside, then outside.
And you could see him turn John O'Hara around. Christensen picking up his second goal of the year. It comes at 7:11. Manchoff gets the assist. For Louis, that is his 9th assist of the year. 2-1.
One of Cleveland's problems, they were telling us before the game, after they get a big goal to get back into a game, they have a tendency to give one up. We'll see if that happens here.
It is 2-1. The Spirit leading. 7:45 remaining in the first half. One bounces out of play. So the Force have scored. A goal by Tommy Christensen. And the assist to Louis Manchoff.
I'm waiting for the noise level to pick up. The Cleveland Force Booster Club is here, and they're making some sounds that are bound to get the Pittsburghers up.
Sibby's gives to Terlecki. He's got a chance. Misses the left side. Looking for the left-hand corner. Couldn't get it. Green is dumped. For the Spirit. With 7:30 to play. Control. McKenzie not really being pressed right now by Furphy. Craig Allen is deep downfield if they can clear it to him, but McKenzie now has dropped back. Allen, chased by Sibbies, drops it for Furphy. 7:10 to play first half. Kind of a harmless shot that time on Papaleo. Charlie Green with some room on the left side. Vaccaro comes out. Off the boards it goes. Green, as Vaccaro now gets back, still trying to control, can't do it.
Players were a little bit upset at Furphy down the other end, John, because he had two players wide open and he just gave up the ball.
The call against Cleveland. Sibbies. Shot is blocked by Penny Dargle, goes out of play. It's 3-1. It's 2-1. Spirit leading. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. Part of the crowd in the Civic Arena, delighted to have you with us this afternoon. I'm John Sanders with John Paul Delacamera. The Spirit leading 2-1, looking for more. Child turns it toward Hagen. It's taken by Nanchop. Back come the Force. Michael Kalm has it at midfield. It is Tommy Christensen's first goal since November the 24th. So Tommy's had a little dry spell here. Bernie James' shot is harmlessly to the right. Hagen brings it past midfield now. On with McNiven and Child. His shot and he scores. Second goal in the game for Dave Hagen, and the Spirit lead it 3-1.
And when we see this again, John, you're going to see one of the things that has really sparked David Hagen's fine play of late, and it's confidence. He's taking people on. He has every intention of shooting as he made his cut to the inside, and that shot came from way out. That was from downtown, in fact, to make it 3-1. Here it is again. He's just crossing the red line, cuts it to the inside. Kalm does not close him. He gets the shot away, and a nice screen in front. I'd have to see that again. Was it Paul Child, perhaps? It was right in front of the net. Somebody did a great job of screening Chris Vaccaro.
So Hagen picks up his second of the game. He now has 11. Back to live action. Gordon Smith picks up the assist. It's a big moment for Gordon. It's his first MISL point as he gets the assist. 3-1 is the score. Now the Force trying to come back. McNiven could not control. Nanchop against Hagen. Hagen with two. Seems like he always gets a pair when we're on television. Did that a lot last year.
That was his
Spirit
trademark.
control, huh?
That was his trademark last year, the TV goals.
5:45 to play in the first half. Spirit 3, Force 1. McNiven in the corner. Off the boards in front for Child. O'Hara follows and kicks it way out of play. The Spirit lead it 3-1 now. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. A pair of goals here in the second period. One by Tommy Christensen of the Cleveland Force. And then at 8:48, Dave Hagen for the Pittsburgh Spirit. Restoring that 2-goal edge. It is 3-1. Kathy Kemmerer is our goal getter, and John O'Hara is playing for her in this period. A call against the Pittsburgh Spirit. The Force will try to put it in play quickly. Furphy to key it. 5:21 to go in the half. 3-1. Spirit leading. Knocked down by Ostauchik. Furphy gets it back in the corner. Turning against Leite. And it comes to McKenzie. And now Stan Terlecki. Terlecki with an assist. Watch him run on the right side. Shot. Saved by Vaccaro. Stan gets it back. Brings it to Marcio Leite. Shows his speed. Sometimes you forget he has a good hard shot, but he's got such great speed. Marcio with a drive. He misses on the left side. McKenzie will track this one down with 4:52 to play in the first half. Off the boards, right to Vaccaro. Back come the Force as Vaccaro clears it to midfield. Craig Allen is there, marked by Kevin Marr. That's the matchup we expected to see. On the right side, Furphy with a shot. It goes high over the glass and out of play. Furphy was open on the right side. Sweeney fed him, but he wasn't able to do anything with it.
That's a lot of luck for Pittsburgh. Kevin Marr had his man Ostauchik in for some support, but here we're going to look at Stan Terlecki. You were talking about his speed. Look at this. What a great shot he gets off with Meffam holding him all the way. That's the amazing part. An overpowering shot despite the fact that he never was really set. He was on the run but held all the way. And incidentally, John, we were talking before about one of Cleveland's problems. Pittsburgh got a goal less than 2 minutes after Cleveland got one to bring him back in. 1:47 apart from that first goal scored by Christensen.
That call will go against the Cleveland Force. Pittsburgh Spirit will key the play near the midfield line. Stan Terlecki, Spirit all-time leading scorer. The penalties now 4-3. 4 for Cleveland, 3 for Pittsburgh. Remember, it's 6. It's a 2-minute penalty. McKenzie with Kevin Marr, Ostauchik, Terlecki, Marcio Leite right now. Those are the 5 out for Pittsburgh. Furphy with some pressure this time. Terlecki tried to head it, working against Meffam. Ball is loose. Finally picked up by McKenzie. Looking for Terlecki down the right side. Stan is bumped as he goes into the corner. Turns it now. Working against Sweeney. Gets it to Ostauchek. Starts to shoot. Now brings it back the other way. It's knocked down in front. Diving is Dennis Mempham to make the play defensively. Ostauchek again. That call will go against Stan Terlecki. Terlecki knocking down Mike Sweeney just outside the box area.
Tell you what I liked, Ostauchek made several fine offensive moves there. He was thinking offensive, and that's nice to see. Sometimes Greg will try to make the pass all the time when the shot is there, and he was trying to create something, which was a good thing to see. And you watch Cleveland's defense, they didn't know quite how to handle it.
Both teams changing on the fly now with 3:30 left in the first half. Here's Christensen, who has the Cleveland goal to Michael Kahn. Nanchop taken away by Ian Sibbies, who'll give to Green. Terlecki's still out there, so Stan double shifting right now. Goes down against Bernie James. James comes up with it at midfield. Terlecki now will hustle off. Nobody's still not off. Shot misses wide to the right. The rebound knocked down in front. Great save by Papaleo. He took one away from Kai Hoskevy. 9 out of 10 times Hoskevy will knock that one home.
I think he waited a little bit because he saw Joe going the other way, and it cost him, but not to take it away from Papaleo. That's a fine save.
Child with it. Turns it back through the box area. Green against Nanchop. And Louis controls. At the red line is still Nanchop. Tackled away by Ian Sibbies. Gets it back to Smith with Johnny O'Hara. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left first half. Spirit leading 3-1. Now the Force starting to apply more pressure farther upfield than they had been earlier in the game.
That's a good point, John. They're trying to catch Pittsburgh in a mistake, put a little more pressure on them, but Pittsburgh with some great passing is getting away, and they're already downfield.
Green taking the touch pass from Paul Child. It goes to Ian Sibbies. Sibbies against Christensen. Christensen comes up with it. Gets it to Nanchop. Back we go to Hoskevy. And we have exactly 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Nanchop runs away from Sibbies. Now stops it in the corner. Turns. Fires. It's loose in front. Child kicks it away. Green will head it for Child. The race is on with Bernie James. James over the glass. Up against the glass. Did not go out of play with 1 minute and 42 seconds left first half. It's 3-1. The Spirit leading. Here's Louis Nanchop against O'Hara. Good move by Nanchop. A shot knocked down in front. Smith and Papaleo both there. Papaleo gets a piece of it. It's in front, loose again. O'Hara this time able to return it. We've got a player down for Cleveland.
Hoskevy, and he's limping.
Hoskevy is hurt. Comes to Papaleo. They're going to have to get him off. He can hardly walk. Child back to Green. 1 minute 11 seconds remaining first half. Here's Green. Good move. Goes to Child. It's broken up in front by Bernie James. To Keith Purphy as we count down exactly 1 minute remaining now.
Hoskevy recovered, didn't he?
One of those miraculous recoveries. Hoskevy is still out there, still running. Marcio Leite, 52 seconds left in the first half. Looking for Child. It's out of his reach. Dennis Mempham will feed Vaccaro. 45 seconds to play in the half. Spirit 3, Force 1 here in the Civic Arena. That's Dargle. Loses to Marcio Leite. Terlecki back on with Leite. They've got a chance. Can't get it to him. Again, Mempham defensively able to break it up in front. Back they come to Vaccaro with Stan Terlecki right on the doorstep. 22 seconds remaining first half. Purphy with a long shot knocked that way easily by McKenzie. He retreats to pick it up. 15 seconds left in the half. Benny Dargle chips it in. McKenzie brings it back to Marcio Leite, looking for Ostauchek as we'll count down to the end of the first half of action here in the Civic Arena. And we had a foul call with 1 second left in the first half.
That gives Cleveland 5, but with a second left, it's not going to cost anyone. Pittsburgh, by the way, with 4. It's starting to get a little more physical in that second quarter.
And it will be even more so in the last 2 quarters of play. That's it. They kick it off, and that's the end of the first half. 3-1. The Pittsburgh Spirit leading Cleveland. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.